finish kicking her ass. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, the only thing, and so just with the kids thing, and I'll just say this, if we'd have got married earlier, then we probably would have produced some children. But since we, got married a little bit later, then, we talked about it. She was still young enough to produce, and we just kind of got away from it and said, we're good. So that was
Yeah, Mr.
that was the
Kev,
one thing, because I actually
I
thought she
love
might
you,
want
bro.
the kids more than I did, but we just kind of worked that out.
Mr.
So it was
Kevin, may
never
I
a
ask a
sticking point.
question? May I
Yeah,
ask a
go ahead.
question? What's producing age for you? What do you believe is
So
producing
I would
age
say
for?
somewhere between 28 to 30. It's 28 to 32 is optimal.
Well,
All
she
right,
Mhm.
obviously from
considered
18,
geriatric
obviously from
pregnancy at
18
that
and
age.
well, no, obviously from 18 to up to that age. But I would say like secondary zone is 28 to 32, and after that, dudes are kind of they kind of get hesitant about it, and that's literally around the time when we got married. So we were like
28 to
right on the edge
32,
of that.
she's in geriatric age. It's called geriatric pregnancy.
Isn't it 35 though? I mean,
No,
you guys know better than me. You guys are women.
Yes, it's
I'm not gonna
35.
argue.
It's 35.
but even
Yeah.
if you're at high risk, depending on what you have, you can be at high risk pregnancy.
Oh my
during
God.
Yeah, yeah,
Come on,
absolutely, yeah.
bro.
Which is some of the stuff we talked about. And then, by the way, it's not they're getting away from geriatric. They're calling it advanced maternal age. By the way,
Okay.
that's what doctors are saying. They're calling it
Yeah.
AMA. They're getting away from geriatric because women don't like that term.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Mr. Kev, we still use the terms that make sense. So geriatric, we still use it up here. You
Yeah.
good?
And then once you
So-
start getting like 40, then it starts to get a little iffy and dangerous and all the other stuff. And understand this is a problem for men too as we get older. But hey, Robert De Niro just knocked one out. This dude's 72, right?
And his
Just
kids
knocked-
probably look like,
I don't know how.
and his kids look like Benjamin Button too, because when you
Yeah.
have kids by a 70-plus-year-old man, they're gonna come out looking old too. Like, I'm
Yeah,
old.
I mean, I
I
wouldn't try
want
to
the
do
old
that.
one. Get it out.
But I'm just
She's in
saying,
it for the money. She's in it for the money.
yeah, just so you guys know, the general age range is from the government actually tracks people who produce or reproduce children from ages 15 because 15 obviously is too young, but still they track them from 15 to 49. That's what the age is now. It used to be 15 to 44, but based on some of the documents that have come out in studies, now you have more men reproducing children at older ages. So that's what's happening now. Same thing with the women.
Hey, Kevin, can I ask you a question? Was your current wife considered obese?
No,
when you-
absolutely not. Oh no, absolutely not. No, I wouldn't be looking
What
at
was
it.
her?
Was your first wife?
ask, no. I'm asking for a different.
I said
reason.
attractive.
I heard you. We heard you. What was her height and weight? And what was her height and weight when you married her? And what is it now?
I don't really do the height weight thing. I just look. If it looks good to me, then she's got. I have a range, right? If she's in the range, then I'm good, right?
What's
That's
your
kind of how I
range?
do it.
What's your range?
So she needs to be thin to kind of like curvy, but not outside of my specified range. And look, I can't tell you, but I know it when I see it.
Are you
That's,
thin?
That's kind of how men operate.
Are you
I
thin?
mean,
or were you thin when you
for
first met her?
somebody my age range out. So I'm in what do you call it? I'm in good shape for a guy in my age range for all the wear and tear that I put on my body based on the work that I've done in the military. So yeah, I mean, I was just at the gym. Sorry.
Oh,
you know,
him.
Right.
So
So-
Kev, hold on, Kev.
Yeah.
So him. Kev doesn't have to give any direct answers.
Say again? Well, I'm giving direct answers. What do you mean?
It's
I'm
Tuesday.
asking him a question.
It can't be Tuesday. Now it's Tuesday, Ham? Really?
See,
No,
now
I don't have any problem
don't be
with it.
disingenuous.
Unless it's too invasive,
Well, a lot
I'll
of
just say I
people
won't
are.
answer that. But I mean, just hit me with your questions.
Because you saying you asking him how large is his wife? That think about that for a second though, because we never said
I didn't say
give
how
me y'all
large. I
height
said
and
what
weight
was
and all
her
that.
height and weight. We don't know her from a campaign. We wouldn't be able to
But what
spot her.
what it, I guess what is the point? All right, that's fair. So what are you trying to get at, and then we can get a better
I'm trying to
answer.
get at that Kev might have been open to dating women that are considered obese.
No,
But he
no,
said-
I'm not, Ben.
He said
I'm
he
just
said
telling
he
you
wasn't. He said remember he said she was attractive.
See, here's the thing. There are women who
But
are
you
like.
could be interested. See,
Okay, so I don't want to interrupt you, ma'am, but so there are women who are technically obese, but they have the curves and the stuff all in the right places. Look, man, when we see it, we know what it is, and we're good with that. And if you can hold and maintain that, then you can technically be obese according to the what do they call that? The height,
BMI.
weight, body standards, and
BMI.
body fat, BMI. But you're still good with us. And understand, and I don't want to do this to black men because black men have this negative reputation of being the so-called trash men of the dating game, which we need to get away from that, and people need to stop putting that on us. But we still, we give women more latitude than other races of men do. That's what I do know. All right.
So, Mr. Kevin,
if you're obese with non-black men, especially a white man, they're like, nope, you're out. But we're going to give you a lot more latitude, so you can be thin to curvy, whatever our standard is for curvy. Like, we'll accept you. You're good. And then you got to have a.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Any man really? I don't think any man.
Let me get Asia though. She's been trying to get in real quick. Go ahead.
Real quick, Mr. Kevin. You said your second wife, current wife, is 20 years younger than you.
Oh no, not 20. She's like 12 years.
12. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I can't go that young. I can't go. Like,
okay.
That's too much of a gap.
Okay.
For me personally.
Okay, so I just wanted. 12 years, so a little over a decade. Fine. So when you started dating her, did you purposely go after a younger woman? Because I wanted to know, like, why did you pick a younger woman like that, not someone around your age range? Was she married before too when you got with her?
Yeah. But I mean, just like me, the relationship didn't,
as well.
Yeah, so like me, it didn't work out, so it is what it is.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But I just wanted the first question, and then
so did I intentionally go for somebody younger?
Because...
No. Actually, no. So actually, I was always other than my first wife and I were about the same age, because we got married early 20s. That being said, everybody after that was somewhere within like 4 to 5 years, but younger. 4 to 5 years, but younger.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is because we had a previous podcast. Men were talking about, the youth, I think was one of the requirements and whatnot. Your wife qualified because she was attractive to you, and and beauty is very subjective. She, according to your wife, you didn't go after her to make babies, but she was still able to make babies.
Yeah,
but you guys chose.
I wanted that option. I wanted that option for both of us.
Oh, you wanted that? Okay, so okay, all right, that's fine. I just wanted
because I looked at it like this: if I did get remarried, and I suspected that the woman might be interested in at least one, possibly two more. If you want a couple or 3 children, now you got to absolutely go younger. But you got to, again, that's why I said a 28 to 32, because women can still healthily produce children without too much issues and problems, as long as they are healthy women.
Hank in the basement. Let me just read the super chat quick. Hank, what up, Hank? In the basement, $2 super chat. Hamp, I like these ladies' style. It's been a lot of work, Hank, to get them to this level, but I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, I've been watching hey, just so you know, ladies, I've been watching y'all from a distance. Y'all look, intelligent group of women, really lovely ladies. Sometimes it's hard getting some information out of you, though. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That's why I met Risky over there with DT. And I know he's a little trollish sometimes, but I love the work that he does, and you guys really have some pretty good conversations. And like I said, and then I'll go ahead and answer your question on Miss Love, Miss Love Risky. Yeah, so I wasn't intentionally specifically looking for somebody younger, but that's just kind of how it worked out. And I'll just say this, she saw me and she gave me choosing signals. And which, by the way, I could have said no, but I'm looking at her. She's looking at me. I saw what I liked. She saw what she liked, and I took it from there. And literally, that's all she really did. She just gave me those choosing signals, and then I took the relationship from there and led the whole thing from start to finish from there. She did she gave me that opening, and that's really all I needed. And here we are today, married. So if women do that, there's nothing wrong with it. And you just have to. She was just real slick about it. And she wasn't really overt. Matter of fact, it was so subtle, I almost missed. My buddy had to knock me on the shoulder and say, "Hey, man, that lady over there is, checking you, bro. You need to go ahead and ask her out."
So she was running game.
She got. Hey, her game got me. Yeah.
Yeah, she was on her road shit. She was shooting.
Yeah,
I like it, man. Shout out to Mrs. C, I guess. For doing the right thing. That's what's up. Barnabas, what up, though?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm not a dating expert, obviously, but I just wanted to kind of give a shout out, and it's on topic. Kind of give a shout out to the nerds or the game goofy or squares or whatever the kids call them nowadays. And in regards to you ladies, whether you have game or not. And I'm certainly not going to tell the ladies to, especially the single ladies, to lower their standards. And there has to be attraction there. But a reoccurring theme I've heard is there's a lot of men out there cheating. So it would, I think, perhaps behoove you to learn some game, pick up some of those game goofy men, because at least, they don't know how to talk to women. And you could just lock one down and you don't have to worry about them cheating. I guess that's it.
Because
no, everyone's shaking their
That
head.
makes no sense. Men cheat.
they're playing video games at the house. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay,
What I'm saying is,
I came up here to just kind of give some stuff, and now I'm already going to have to give pushback. Look, I just gave y'all my situation. My wife is five out of 5 requirements. There's no reason for me to be unfaithful to her, period. I mean, yeah, there's other women that come along.
That's not what we're talking about. No. Let me be very clear. That's not what we're talking about.
Okay.
Because Barnes was saying get the goofy, nerdy men and then they won't cheat. And that's not true. That's fine. You don't. But there are, just because you're considered goofy or a nerd does not prevent a man from cheating.
But those guys are going to do it less if they do it at all.
Clear about that.
But I think he said
at least less.
The guys with no game.
So Mr. I don't
And
know the
again,
gentleman's
that's
name.
not true either, Ish. There's men
But
with no game that will still cheat.
But Mr. James there, he has a point there. So look, the game goofy guys, if you want to call them that, they're gonna if they're gonna cheat at all, it's gonna be much less. All right. Once those guys once men get locked in on a woman and you guys are all doing the right things, there's really no reason to go outside of the relationship. Why would you go outside of a relationship when you got a nice woman who's attractive, who's intelligent, very responsible, giving you everything that you need as a wife, mother, doing all the right things? What you gonna go outside the relationship for?
Because you don't have sex every single day.
No,
well,
man.
we don't
listen.
need it every single day. We just need it when we need it.
That's not what we was told.
Mr. Cap, they know the stats. It's too many men not getting no ass. He's saying Barnabas is saying get with the niggas not getting no ass. Well, Barnabas didn't say. Barnabas didn't say nigga. I'm just I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, mixed company. Clean it up.
Why do we deal with men that's not having sex and sitting in the house playing video games? What are they?
Because maybe you're missing out on something. A lot of these women, they complain, I need a man who will love me and cherish me and this and that. If you get a man who hasn't been laid in a while and you turn him out or whatever you want to call it, you're gonna have what you need. He's gonna be by your side. He's gonna build with you. He's gonna be there for you. He's gonna no, honey, you don't look fat in that dress. Go ahead, put a smaller size on. He will love and cherish you. Give the dork a chance. I'm telling you.
We want a liar. We want a liar now, right? No.
Look, that's a white lie, okay?
Barnabas here is actually making some sense. I understand what he's saying everything he just said. I understand what he's talking about.
It's just stepping out the box.
No.
Just step out the box. If you feel like all these niggas is cheating and all they do is cheat and all that, like maybe if you step out the box and experience something different, you may get a better outcome.
I think all this is cap. All of this is bullshit, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I like nerds. I'm attracted to nerds. I'm an '80s baby. We grew up.
No, hold on. No, I'm sorry. I gotta interrupt. I'm so sorry, and I do apologize. I know it's rude, but I mean the true word nerd. Like something happened in the past 10, 15 years where people put glasses on and call themselves nerds, but they're still attractive. That is not a nerd. I'm talking like a real nerd. But I do.
So
apologize.
an ugly nerd.
Who's not getting women is what I'm saying. Yes,
ugly dudes on women that they don't want.
The ones that stay in the house for real, don't be outside at all.
Well, listen, even people that are shy, even men that are shy,
that's fine.
There might be something attractive. I'm not saying you have to lower your standards like so low in the looks. And I know you're a woman and you want to be pursued and you need a masculine man, but maybe you could build with this man and like you can build his confidence up and he'll become more masculine as you piece them together.
Okay, so Mr. Barnabas, women don't do that.
Hold on. Let Dana. I feel so bad I overspoke Dana. I'm sorry, Dana. Please.
No, that's okay. The point that I was going to make was that we grew up with nerds. And we made nerds cool, like the kids in the 80s. We grew up with anime. We grew up on the video games. We grew up. Most of my friends are. They play math games for fun, like nerds. But it's not so far-fetched anymore. But along those lines, we don't have to necessarily settle for somebody who isn't a fit for us either. Someone who's not. If we want someone who's outgoing, then that's okay. want somebody who is, you know, a little bit more of a homebody, that's fine too. I don't mind that. It doesn't have to be, I don't want the guy who's in the club every week. I do want somebody who wants to stay home and is more concerned with intelligent conversations than getting ass and Migos lyrics and like, you know, stupid shit like that. But along those lines, like, we still don't have to settle either for somebody who's not compatible with us or who we're not attracted to, just because they might be a nice project for us to work on and help them and boost their confidence. That shit is weird.
Well, I just thought it was on topic. You know, do women have game? And I thought that it may be helpful to just maybe give a shy guy a second chance, reconsider.
I'd love a shy nerd.
There's nothing wrong with shy guys.
Yeah,
right.
Well, then you got to build up. Then I guess
they're also not less likely to cheat, though. To Lev's point.
Thank you. That's my point. That's all I was saying. Like that means
that's not one has nothing to do with the other.
Why do you guys always go to that? Why do you?
Yes, it does.
Generally go to
he
that?
brought
This
it up.
whole infidelity thing.
Because
I brought it up.
It was brought up. We didn't go there.
If a dude is goofy around chicks and doesn't know how to talk to them, he's just going to have less opportunity to cheat. I mean, come on.
Send him my way. I'm not opposed to that at all.
Okay, so just, I don't know, work on your game, I guess. However that looks.
Well, Barnabas, why don't the guys just start picking better? Everybody.
Y'all see the super chat? Y'all see it?
Yeah.
Shanae and Fulton with the $10 super chat. Nerds and men that go under the radar get looked at when they get someone. Then the ego boosted. It's a wrap. They love the attention. Room for cheating. This is ridiculous.
Well, there's some truth to that, honestly. You build them up.
John the Baptist with the $10 super chat. Women want high reward. Women want high reward man with high risk and 100% guarantee that he'll be loyal to her. So he's saying you get a man that's valued by a bunch of women, but you want to guarantee that he's gonna absolutely only be with you. I think he's getting to the point that like you pursuing these men, that's kind of unrealistic. And what do you guys do with the stat where 30% of men under 30 haven't had sex in a year? I'm so sick of y'all acting like men out here getting all these cheeks, and you know that's not the case because sis was curving motherfuckers last week. Tay couldn't believe that motherfucker had the audacity to even speak with her. She texted me after, nigga, don't you ever. I said, all right, I know what that text means. I went to school with Isha, high school and college. You should see how she was doing these motherfuckers out there. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, y'all gotta stop it. Everybody ain't doing cheeks.
But don't nobody want to be second fiddle. I ain't saying nothing about him cheating. He can do whatever because he ain't mine. But I'm not second fiddle, no. Like, if you want to come at me and come at me hard. Don't come at me after you come at somebody else. That was my point.
No, that's fair. But I'm just saying, like, Barnabas' point, I don't know if y'all consume the point fully. Stop pursuing that 20% that's having sex with all your friends and go down to the 51% of black men. Sorry, Barnabas. They some of them got jungle fever. So let's say 50% that are single and childless that probably reflect like what Barnabas was painting and give them a chance. But y'all don't want to do that.
Well, invite them on the show him because you don't even know that.
Thank you. Invite them on the show.
Where they at though?
Here's the only thing I would say to that: if women don't want them, then leave them alone. Because I don't like that idea either. That we're trying to kind of get men who they generally wouldn't give the chance or interested in an opportunity only because they're already feeling like, well, shoot, I'm already going down and I'm degrading myself to the extent that I'm giving this guy a chance. Well, I would never give a chance in the first place. I say leave those guys alone and leave them for women who actually want them. Because you're not really helping that dude. Matter of fact, you're making it worse for him.
What are you talking about?
Meaning that, so Barnabas, you came with the give those guys a chance, all right, and boost them up a little.
I was trying to stay on topic to respect the show. It was like maybe if they learned game, they could talk to the guys that don't have game, and they could somewhere meet in the middle. But typically, correct me if I'm wrong, men that don't really have so much game, there's the strengths and their weaknesses are perhaps more apparent.
Okay, see, and then if women go for those guys, then they're already in that mindset of I would never give this guy a chance in the first place. Like that doesn't help the men. If those guys don't get anybody,
It helps the men if they get if they get a woman. It helps. What are you talking about?
Here's how it has to go, man. Men got to improve themselves to get the interest and attraction and all the stuff that women want. That's if you're interested in getting a woman. Now, if you ain't doing that, then you get what you get, which is nothing. But if you're interested in that, again, like I would, I tell my wife these stories, and she's like, women reject you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I remember. I can almost give you the names: Tammy, Sophia, Denise. Shout out to Sonia, who all of the rejection and everything. But because of that, I learned that I had to actually improve myself. That's why." Men getting rejected early forces us to actually have to improve ourselves over the long haul. And then that's something we generally and naturally do over the course of our lifetime, 20s, 30s, 40s. By the time you get to your late 30s, if you haven't been married, by that, you should already be straight on your game. It's really not even game. It's just you being you. You showing up with your chest out, you're standing straight, looking straight ahead, walking like you got some a bit of swag to you and just confident about who you are as a man. Like women see that.
Can I just say something real quick? Barnabas,
Yeah, read the super chat for me.
Go ahead. Okay. Shout out to shout out to Mike Brown. He's out there, Dana. He only makes 70,000. I said the limit was like 65, Mike, but that's okay. Barnabas, I understand the point that you're making, and I think that you're making a good one. But you also have to understand, like, there's a difference between being open to those men that are not maybe not as popular or a little bit more nerdy or more shy, reserved, all of that. We're open to those men, but none of us want to pursue any man ever under any circumstance. I don't, except for the most part, women want to be pursued. So just because we're not actively going after those guys doesn't mean that we're not open to dating them either.
No, well, yeah, no, I understand. It's being a woman. That's what you want. I get it. But just the title of the show is "Do Women Have Game?" Maybe times they are changing, and women can do anything a man can do, and men can have babies nowadays. And I don't know, maybe these are the changing times.
Crazy. No, we don't.
We're on the forefront of the new frontier.
Nonsense. Can I read the super chat? Camp and then address it, please.
Go ahead.
John the Baptist. Thank you, John the Baptist, $10 super chat. Average, I'm assuming he meant men. Average men are everywhere. Check your bus. They drive buses. Good. I'm assuming he meant go get. Go get your cars. I'm assuming he meant serviced. Serviced at Goodyear. Go to your local store and meet the freaking manager or assistant manager. So you want us to go grocery shopping and ask for the manager of the grocery store and say, "Hey, are you single?"
No, listen. Let me cue you in on some game, okay? And not to sound like a total creep, but if you're looking for a man, you should go to the grocery store because you can look in his cart and you can see if he has kids or if he's got like another woman, or you can see if he's a single man, and then you can see like what he eats too. Because if he's eating like ramens and this and that, I don't know. But if he's eating, something nice, lettuce, a tomato, piece of turkey, whatever you want to call it.
I don't think we're that desperate. Nah, we ain't that desperate. That sounds like desperation.
How's it desperate to go in a place where you can find a man and you can it's creepy.
At a grocery store looking at
grocery basket and talk.
You go to a grocery store.
My man.
I mean, honestly, that's a good point though, because you want to know what a man eat, how he taking care of himself. That's something I'm looking for.
I want to know what you go to the grocery store looking for men.
I mean, no, but I get the point though, is what he's saying.
I go to the grocery store because I need groceries.
To get a man.
Right. I'm two birds with one stone up in here. You can see. If a woman's got a bunch of diapers and a bunch of generic soda, that's a pass. You know what I'm saying? No, thank you. But if she's got,
you got to read the room. I agree with that. Wherever you are, it's good to consider those things.
I was just trying to be helpful, but
you make the only thing I would say, Barnabas, is what you were talking about. Look, all a woman really has to do is just initiate those choosing signals, whatever they are, and let a man know that she might be interested. And it's very light flirting. I don't know how y'all flirt. I don't know how to do it. All I'm saying is, men most of the time can recognize it, and you give them that opening. That's really all you need to do. The whole thing where you got to do a whole bunch of other stuff, it's actually easier for you guys as women, because once we understand and see, that you're open to it and that you're interested, then the man is really supposed to take it from there. It's not a whole lot of. It's not really a whole lot that women actually have to do, and I think they know that. That's why they're telling you, no, we're not going to do all of that, because they know they don't have to do all of that, and they really shouldn't. And this is where I agree with them. They really shouldn't have to. It's at that point, they're going to expect you to actually, demonstrate some type of leadership as it relates to that relationship. But that includes those nerds. Here's what dudes should be doing. If you got a nerd friend and he's not on his game, just give him a little bit and say, like, dude, why don't you? You're supposed to be married at this point. What's up,
Kevin? Okay, let me jump in here. I'm glad that you found success, but not everyone is as good as you. Not everyone is as good a student as you, or as astute as you, or can pick up on the signs. And you come from a position of this knowledge, but I think you're lacking in empathy of how other people's do. And also, furthermore, on that note, my brother-in-law married my sister, right? She picked him up. He's a good-looking man, tall, good-looking. Just shy. She picked him up, and he is just a wonderful family member. He gave her 2 kids, hard worker, and I kind of had him in mind, and good. She picked him up. That's just wanted to
okay. So she gave him choosing signals. He took it from there, right?
Where'd she pick him up? The grocery store? Where'd she pick him up?
The grocery store and the organic food produce. No, she.
Well, I want to kind of expound on that point, though. I'm surprised that y'all didn't kind of like consume that point. Like he's saying the recon on the grocery cart. Y'all nosy as hell anyway. I guarantee if you show your screen time, they done slow down your gigabytes because you done went over for the month. You gotta look at everything on social media, on Instagram, all of that. You mean to tell me if you in just casually shopping, you wouldn't peep somebody's cart to see if they have kids and ramen noodles and all that seems pretty sound to me.
And if you want a man with money, just go to Whole Foods or Wegmans. I mean, come on, it's simple. It's simple.
We're not saying that at all. Like Barnabas is making a good point, but he called it free game. That's not new information for any of us on this panel. We know that already.
Oh no, that's bullshit, Dana. Sorry.
No, it's not.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you acknowledged it, Dana acknowledged it. Everybody heard what he said and automatically shot it down. So there's no way.
Somebody was talking over me, so I don't think that you heard that part. But I did say we already know that, but we're also not going to the store to get men.
No, what I'm saying is they didn't already know that, because as soon as he said it, they shot it down. They're talking about, no, that's dumb. Why would we be looking at somebody's cart? That doesn't tell me that they knew that.
No,
Tay acknowledged the point, and Dana, you were about to that he made a good point. But everybody else is like, that was bullshit. You can't tell me that they knew it if they said it was bullshit.
We do know it, but that does not mean that we agree that that's a good idea. Like, okay, we heard what listen, we knew that. And it's not, honest to God, like I want to vouch that everyone up here has heard that before over the years. We all have heard that before. That does not mean we can sit there and shoot it down and be like, that's not a good way to meet men. We can say that. We don't have to agree with it, even though we've heard it before. Like,
well, I'm saying you didn't hear it before. That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you that we did. I'm telling you, I'm willing to bet every woman up here has heard it before. I'm willing to bet money.
I thought it was an original idea I had, but
you couldn't have.
I think Dana said something.
Sir, surely you jest.
She said, I'm not in the right place or whatever to meet men. It's like you can meet a man anywhere, right? It doesn't mean that you're like some predator hunting down men and killing them, right? It's okay. And the Home Depot is like the new meme. You can meet a man at Home Depot. You can meet a man at the gas station. You can meet them anywhere. You don't have to specifically, okay, now I'm in meet man mode, go to the club and whatever, or I don't know where the specific place is, but you can meet them anywhere, anytime. So I guess just be ready, because you never know when it's going to get you.
Was there ever, and maybe somebody did make a point and I missed it, but I don't think that there was ever an issue of we have trouble meeting men or knowing where to go to meet them. That was never an issue. So, which is why I was saying that the information that you were providing isn't new information to us. I don't know if you were trying to say this is where you can go to meet those people who are maybe a little bit more shy or a little bit nerdy that you wouldn't find in more outgoing settings like a bar or a lounge or something like that. If that's the point that you were making, I understand that as well. But I'm just saying that none of this is new information, and we know where to go to meet men if that's our purpose, if that's our intent. But we're just not we're not rushing to go to the grocery store just to meet men. You know what I mean?
No, but that's what I'm trying to say.
I know that's not what you're saying. I know that's not what you're saying. But
I'm trying to say you can just always be in the mindset. Whenever you're outside, you could meet a man.
am.
Okay, all right, well, good. So you already know this, but
Barnabas, I think it's misleading too, because just because you're single doesn't mean you don't meet men or you never had a relationship. People been married for 1, 2, 3 years and think they know it all. You know what I'm saying? When tomorrow they could be divorced. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like we're living under a rock and we never been in a relationship, a good one, a bad one. You know, that doesn't mean that. So I think the consensus has been over the last few weeks is, if you're single, something wrong with you. No. If you just got single within the last few years, but you've always been in a relationship, like, you know what that's like. So it's not like we've all been single for many, many, many years or all our lives. So we've been there, done that. That's all I'm saying.
Right on. Okay.
So I'm sorry. You got to do super chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, Zan with the $5 super chat. The Most High won't give you something you're not ready for. Message.
Yeah, so I wanted to hit Mr. Barnabas. So look, it's not that I don't have empathy for men, I do. But look, women aren't gonna do the work for you. You're gonna have to actually do the work yourself as a man in order to get to the point where, if you're shy, well then get with another man and have him give you some game, and then you can take it from there. And all a woman really has to do is just make herself available, and the whole choosing signals thing, and then it's pretty. He just takes it from there. You literally said that's how your brother-in-law got on to his wife, right? She gave him choosing signals, and he took it from there. Like,
no, she swooped down like an eagle and scooped him out of the river.
Well,
like a
but
fish.
he did have some looks. He had the height. He had the looks, and we already.
He's just born with that.
Okay, so we already know how that works out. You said he was handsome, and he already had the height, so he already had 2 of what women want right there from the rip. But you said he was shy, and then she gave him choosing signals, and he took it from there. He opened up, and now he's married. You got a great brother-in-law.
I'm not going to discount
just
men improving themselves. You're absolutely right. Everyone
what I'm
should
talking
improve
about.
themselves. Sure.
So she just gave him a chance, and he could have blew the whole thing when she gave him his chance, but he didn't. Then he opened up and said, "Okay, I got to get my game up," and that's what he did. She didn't teach him. He figured it out, and then he got what he got. And you got a great brother-in-law, and some nieces and nephews.
Yep.
But she didn't do that work. He did.
No, he was just born that way. He's like Lady Gaga. He was just born that way.
My point, I'm just telling you, do not put that on the women, because they're not going to do it. They're not going to put in that effort. They're expecting you to show up ready. So it's not that I don't have empathy for men. It's just that men have to actually do what it is they're supposed to do on their side. This is what women are looking for.
No,
right?
I know that. You're right.
You're right. That's what you got to do. Get your game up. And it's not so much that women need as much game. They just need a little bit of whatever it is they do. That flirt, I don't know how they do it. I'm not a woman. I don't know how to do that. All I'm saying is just make it known that you're interested in this dude, and then he takes it from there. Shy or not. We don't want to hear about that stuff. We don't want to hear about your problems and all the other stuff. You show up ready, man. That's how it's supposed to go.
Can I read the super chat, Hamp?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Gary Grant, for the 11 Canadian dollars super chat. Knowing things and putting it into practice should be 2 different things. I'm not sure what this means. What, ladies, you are equal to men. When you see it, go get it. The early bird gets the worm.
Yeah. So he's saying, you guys, everybody's saying we're equal now. Go get it.
So can I ask a question? I think I didn't even allude it. I said this earlier. What happened? I don't understand why you all men mostly are conflating 2 different things. Just because we're working now in corporate world and we're making money and paying bills and whatnot, what does that have to do with us wanting to be pursued by men? Why does that mean we shouldn't be pursued by men just because we got good jobs now?
So you agree? So let's clarify, right?
Okay.
Are women equal to men?
No, we don't want to be.
All right, cool. So as long as you maintain that stance, you can probably get what you're asking for.
Good.
But I think he's speaking to that where women think they can do what men can do and all that other shit. I think if that's the case, then y'all need to get out here and start hunting.
Well, a lot of women, I want to say 99 and 100% of women on this panel have said that we're not equal. We don't want to be equal to men. Like, we want the men to take out the trash. We want the men to cut the grass. We want the men to cook if they're better at cooking. Like we kind of said that, and we want the man to protect us. We want that. A lot of us have said that. So I don't.
That's collectively, Asia. You want that. I mean,
I want my cook for me. You right. I want a man to cook. You right. I throw in the cooking part. I want a man to cook for me because I don't like cooking every single day. I can cook, I don't want it every single day. Thank
But
you.
you also want to question his decisions, right? And you want to be leader in some aspect, right?
Not necessarily.
And she wants the big piece of chicken.
Yeah.
We already have this and I want that big piece of chicken. If I'm have to be in that leadership role, then the leader should get the bigger piece of chicken. I want him to be the leader.
So,
no, don't gloss over what I'm saying. I always said I want my man to be the leader. I've always said that. Always.
But we also heard what you just said, and so that's what Mr. Grant is addressing. See, you can say it, but then as you expound on it, you kind of actually clarify the opposite.
Those are two different statements. When I was addressing what Mr. Grant said, I literally said, piggyback off of that and said, why are men conflating two different things? Because I work. Because I got a good paying job has nothing to do with me wanting to be pursued by a man. Period. End of thought. The second thought was me addressing what Isha said about me saying I wanted the bigger piece of chicken. I said that in a previous podcast almost a month ago because I said if the man is not in a leadership role, and again, for all the people in the back, it's not real chicken. It's a euphemism, okay? If he's not playing his part in being the leader in the household, and if I am, then I deserve the bigger piece of chicken because that was reserved for the leader of the household.
Yeah,
so that was a different conversation.
Yeah, but Age, we just saying, like, if you think you can hop in and out of that role and he got to compete.
Want to be.
What I'm saying is, if you can usurp that role from him, then you can't be out here expecting him to pursue you like yesteryear.
My man wouldn't even allow me to usurp the leadership role because my man, I'm not attracted to that. I'm not attracted to that kind of man.
Are you serious?
I'm very.
You want me to say names?
Huh?
You can hear. You want me to say names?
Are we doing this right now?
All right,
say names then.
Watch
so what you talk about?
Watch it. Mr. Britt with the Mr. Britt with the $5 super chat. In my opinion, women only want a few things: security, protection, stability, and commitment. Lead with your strengths. Build yourselves up in areas you're lacking. Yeah, I think that seems to sound to me. I guess. Man, Barnabas, you got anything else for the ladies?
That's it. Thanks for having me. Great show.
Thank you, Barney.
Barnabas, you man. Be safe.
See you. Bye.
Mr. Kev, you got anything for the ladies?
No, I don't have any questions. Do the ladies have any questions for me?
Good.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I would say after that is just, give those signals out there. Let the guys know you're available, and then the gentleman will take it from there. And I don't want to talk about him since he's not here, but dude's gonna have to come ready. This thing where you're older, especially about this in your 30s, and you still aren't married yet. Women aren't going to want to hear that you're shy and all this other stuff. You're going to have to show up ready, which means you need to get with another man, get your game up, and then because I'm assuming all the other stuff is in place. Everything, your life, your finances, your career, and all the other stuff. If you're just shy and that's the only thing you're lacking, I can work with you on that. I'll get you where you need to go with that. But I mean, all this other stuff, women aren't going to put that time and effort and energy. They're going to expect you to be ready. So I think most of the women would agree with that. Yes. Okay. See, there you go.
Yeah, come ready. I ain't got time to waste.
There's somebody in the back. If you in the back.
Hey, Ms. Uriski, hey, thanks for letting me up. Hey, man, like I said, I love your work over here, man. I love what you do.
Hey, Mr. Kev, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, thank you, baby. Be safe.
Thanks,
yeah, likewise. Nice meeting you, ladies.
Yes, sir. Who's in the back chat?